approach to Berea, we see the city limits on the left side of the road. Berea today has about 100,000 people. Appeared in history at the beginning of the first millennium BC. Is there since then without changing location and name. It's called Berea since it was founded in antiquity. And because of that, the urban system of the city is ancient. Still, the main road of the modern city is identified with the ancient Decumanus Maximus, the main road of the ancient city, and the modern town square is identified with the ancient Agora. This is the reason that we cannot see much from the ancient city. It's buried under the modern city.
City walls of Berea.
So, crossing this crossroad, we are outside of the city walls. There is a sign of piety for the Jewish communities of antiquity to keep themselves clean outside of the pagan.
This is the Jewish quarter in Berea, the Jewish synagogue.
Were removed from here and they were brought in Berlin in a place called Jewish Museum, which in fact was a storage when the Nazi army stored relics from the Jewish quarters of Europe they looted. With the end of the war, the survivors of Berea, they went there and they demanded not all the scrolls back, but a particular one.
The entranceway.
What was that scroll of Berea? That scroll of Berea was first of all a secret kept by them, and so nobody knew by then about this scroll. This scroll was known to the Jewish community of Greece, was dated. Jewish scholars of Thessalonica dated the scroll back to the 2nd century BC, 2nd century before Christ. It was parchment, was written in Aramaic, was a Torah, but on the margins of this book, like the customs of that time, still in the old manuscripts, on the margins, you will see notes. And in many cases, these notes are a kind of calendar kept by certain people of the institution that uses these manuscripts, writing about important events that happened in that institution. Very, very important for the historians, because we have on these notes details or events that are missing in history, not mentioned by the historians themselves. So this scroll on the margins had later in the Jewish history, in Middle Ages, I think after 7th century AD, the Masoretics, who reinstitutioned the Jewish worship, they decided that the text of Torah has to be totally pure. And all these manuscripts that they had on the sides notes were considered pashul, out of use. But still they were precious and still they were kept, not destroyed. So that was a pashul, was an out of use ancient manuscript. Now, among the notes that were on the margins of this scroll was one. It said, when city authorities were this and this and this person, and when Roman proconsul was this man, and when. In our synagogue came a brother from Jerusalem called Saul, who spoke to us about the resurrected Messiah. Unfortunately, that was announced and published by the Jews when they started demanding the scroll back. They made letters and notes to different governments, the Greek government, for gaining this scroll back. But in fact, the Russian authorities who got over this Jewish museum storage gave this scroll to some Hungarian Jews who were closer to them. And the Hungarian Jews sold that to a certain Austrian rabbi. We know who he is, but never this collector communicated about any research of this scroll. What we know about this scroll is from the letters the Jewish community of Berea made to different organizations and to different governments for gaining the scroll back. The scroll never came back, and the whole noise about the scroll stopped when the Jews left from here and they went this way. Now, if that is true, then automatically Apostle Paul becomes a historically identified personality. You know, we speak for Apostle Paul as is a relative of our family, as a Christian. But in fact, historically speaking, and in historical terms, the only information we have about Apostle Paul is only from the Bible. And that is not enough for the science of history for him to be identified historically. Because we need at least two different sources for crossing information, so a personality to become a historian. Now in this house, there is housed the International Institute of Traditional Architecture.
Restored building here.
Is it on? Oh, by mistake. By mistake. For the attachment.
There is another house which community belongs to the municipality, it's a Jewish town, where you see a very peculiar opening. This is not every door, neither a door. According to this tradition of the local people, this place is the place where before Passover, the slaughter of the lamb sacrifice. And that was the opening from where the rabbi left the shepherd. This side.
I guess let's go.
Because the river is flanked by the river.
Living waters.
Foundations for this farm is already down there. From time to time, this river floods. They cannot remove it unless they will remove a lot from the later.